Hello and welcome to round 12 of 17 of the Midwest Major Tournament. This time I'm facing Vincent Van Dover at the tail end of the round robin.
A lot can happen in six.
I played Vincent last year in the 2022 Midwest Major, and I beat him, but that's the only time we'd ever played. And he's a very strong player, as you can see with his rating. I just won my round 11 game. I wasn't able to record that game, but it had an absolutely insane finish, so I recommend pausing the video and taking a look at that game in sequence. I'll have it in the description below. So Vincent goes first and plays pub for 14. And you're about to see something interesting happen. I say interesting, this is pretty common occurrence in over-the-board Scrabble. Vincent overdraws here. He draws 4 tiles instead of 3. He notices it, and he did not mix his tiles, so I get to look at 3 of the 4 tiles he drew, and I draw AIO, and I have to decide which 2 letters to give back and which to throw back in the bag. So I decided to give him back IO. But what's really interesting about these overdraw situations is I have to sort of think about all the possible 2-tile combos I'm giving him versus the plays I want to make. And it gets very, very complicated. It's like an extra decision. And here I play Iotic, which is not the correct play given that I'm setting up bio underneath. So OI immediately will fit underneath with bio, but if he has a high scoring tile, I'm just giving him a lot of points. I should have played Dipotic through the P. I only saw Diploic there, but Dipotic is the play. Iotic scores a bit better, but is just a little bit too reckless considering the knowledge I have of his rack. So he plays Oda underneath, which doesn't really score that much, but yeah, it just demonstrates that perhaps I gave him an easy play. I draw 7 consonants, I exchange 4 of them, and I keep NST. And this is again a small inaccuracy. I should have only kept 2 consonants here. As a ground rule, NST or RST is a better leave than NS or ST, except when there are no vowels to play through and there don't appear to be vowels that will be opened for me to play through on the next turn. So it's a little bit too consonant heavy to keep 3 consonants on the exchange in this position. So Vincent plays foiling with both blanks, and I draw 4 more consonants, which is obviously not great, but had I exchanged 5 of them last turn, perhaps I would have had a vowel this turn. Who knows what would have happened, but that would have been a better situation for me for sure, most of the time. So I play Mott to keep NRST, and now I really need some vowels. And I draw a Y and an A, so that helps. Vincent plays Dazed, scoring some points, but he gives me a pretty good spot for my X. I had Styrax and Syntax available, which are 2 pretty cool 6-letter words. But yeah, X is just too many points. That is 47. And although I'm keeping 4 consonants and a Y, it's still worth doing. So yeah, still at a pretty big deficit, but hoping I can make a scoring play next turn, perhaps from the N and foiling or something, and bring myself back into the game. And Vincent plays Lawn, opening a big triple-triple, which I cannot deal with. So this is a big swing in Vincent's favor. There's really nothing I can do to address the N he just opened up. So I decided to play tip, or type. I could have played prying, but unfortunately sprying is not a word. If sprying were a word, prying would be definitely the best play to set up the S. But tip seems okay. It opens a little bit of the top of the board. I can maybe draw into something through the T, and it's not super easy to block up there. And, I mean, that N is wide open, so that's probably where Vincent is playing anyway. Luckily, he cannot score very well through the N. He only plays Lin for 12. And here I make a pretty sizable mistake. I imagine that Vincent had low scoring tiles and probably a few consonants here. So I thought that this was okay to play Fex and open the triple um, next to the E, which was closed before because you can't overlap the C. But I should have played something like Fader and Axe, which is far better of a play than this. And yeah, I get punished
42.
pretty significantly. Vincent plays Hurl for over 40. And despite me trying to open the board, it was kind of just a bad decision. So here I draw an OK rack AGMNORR, but I don't really have any good plays that score anything, so I decide to score as much as I can with a Mung. I could play Gorm in the same spot,
31.
but it just doesn't score enough, so I keep RR with a Mung, and hopefully I can draw something through the T of type. And I hope I'm pronouncing that word right. You guys will tell me in the comments below. So still holding on, but I'm down 70 points, and I made some inaccuracies and a pretty bad play in Fex, so it's understandable that I am not doing so well here. But I do draw a playable bingo, Ceeirrs, and Vincent doesn't block it. Instead, he's able to score extremely well underneath among playing Twas. And yeah, this is pretty bad news for me, but at least I can bingo, and hopefully I can bingo again with that L and Hurl still being open. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We have to find the bingo now, and the only one is Reciters through the T, which I lay down kind of slowly, as I normally do. And yeah, hoping for a good draw here. So still down by around 50 points. But let's see what I can draw here. What's good about this board is that there's still a decent amount of life to it. Although there aren't really that many openings, I do have access to the top left and the top right of the board. Let's see what I get. AAEORTU. Okay, really not great. I'm not going to be able to score much of anything. And Vincent keeps up the scoring pressure with a vote, making a couple of overlaps and taking over 80-point lead. And here I might have gotten a little bit too impatient, if that's the word. I play orate to the E. And this does score well, but it was probably better to leave the top right of the board alone and play something like Aurorae through the R, because then I can still bingo overlapping the ERS of Reciters. I can still play down to the E in Reciters as well. And yeah, it's just maybe not so great to limit those possibilities. And Birdie is a very nice play in response because it helps to block the floating letters of orate, which are already not that great to begin with. There's only the R that's worth much. And here, this draw of EEEEHOU, yeah, really bad stuff. The only thing I can do here is score with Ho and just hope for a miracle. My chances of drawing a bingo next turn are around like 1% or something like that. So let's see what we get. Oh my goodness. I noticed something.
16.
I actually have a playable bingo here, and Vincent doesn't block. Incredibly, to EEEU, I managed to draw a bingo that keeps me in the game. This will empty the bag, and if I can draw some good stuff, I actually have a chance of winning. It's small, but it's reasonable. Probably something like 1 in 6 games, I'll be winning after this. But I have to hope that Vincent really doesn't have any good stuff. So unevener to the R and hurl, and yeah, Vincent's like, wow. He knows how unlikely that was as well. So let's see what we get. Yeah, unfortunately, this won't do it. AEEIN OQ.
52.
Vincent has the J. He's able to score very well with it, with Jades. And although I can score with the Q, it's not nearly enough here. And I take a really, really long time calculating some lines. And of course, in my normal fashion, I overlooked something. I overlooked the response that he had to this play of Qua, which makes Qua not the best play. I should have played Eloin through the L of hurl, keeping QAE. I can actually play Aquai through the A of orate and the U of yours. I did see that line, but I didn't see that he could play tag here rather than lag and give himself a much better outplay. So my line was slightly worse as a result. And here I play 9, my best play, through the N, and he goes out for 11 with Axel. And yeah, Vincent wins the game 430 to 398. So a game which I definitely had some chances to win, but Fex was really the play I think that did me in. It was a little bit too, how could you put it? I think it was too optimistic of a move.
I'll never
Trying to hone in on the weakness that his previous play had demonstrated. But yeah, I missed some things,
just out of nowhere.
and yeah, the end game was a little bit off, and I realized that when he played tag instead of lag. So let's listen to the post-mortem. Appreciate everybody for watching this series. It's coming to an end soon. I think there are a few more games left. But yeah, some exciting ones to come, so you don't want to miss out. Thanks for watching.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe I chose wrong here, knowing that you have OI at least, like, that you can overlap easily. Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
My leave with this was OGI blank, and then I picked up another blank and an F.
Oh, that's interesting. So I missed the. Wait, you're saying I missed the blank on the overdraw? So the 3 tiles I turned over.
No. Oh, that it would be the next turn. I did something
true,
fishing, right?
true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's something.
Yeah, everything. It was all vowels on that. Yeah, I had to burn a couple vowels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was one with the consonants. Okay. Yeah, I thought I wasn't gonna score 200 this game. So I'm glad something happened. VT. Yeah, actually, when I put this down, I sort of saw your eyes light up, so maybe I should have like stopped myself. Because I knew you had like 1 pointers from this, but you could easily have drawn something. Maybe I should have stopped myself and like played kerf or something.
Yeah, because I had just one vowel and duplicate R. And
I was down so much I felt like I needed to open something. I don't know.